So I have a theory. That is the fact that most people, at least one time in their life, will either cheat or be cheated on. Now, hopefully you're a guy who doesn't want to be cheated on, because I don't want you to end up like Aiden Ross. Honestly, if Aiden Ross had these points that I'm about to share with you right now, he probably could have prevented the girl cheating or just avoided that whole relationship altogether. Now, the reason why I'm so educated on what makes a woman cheat and the signs behind it is the fact that I do these loyalty tests every single week for the past 2 years. So basically, guys will pay me to DM their girlfriend on Instagram. Then from there, we'll see if she's loyal or does she fail. And so far, the girls who fail usually showcase these signs that I'm about to share with you within this video. So stay tuned, take notes. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The first sign that your girlfriend will cheat on you is the fact that you have a long distance relationship. It is 2024, and I'm confused as to why people don't realize that more often than not, long distance relationships do not work. You're in a completely different state, have no clue what the other person is doing. Yeah, they can text you, yeah, they can call you, yes, they can FaceTime you, but you truly have no idea what that person is doing. And as humans, we have needs, we have physical needs, we have time, attention, and energy needs that we need from our partner. So what happens whenever you're separated by hundreds of miles, or even in some cases, an hour or a few hours? That's right, most people will exercise their options and cheat. Now, I'm not only calling out women, but this goes for both sides, men included. I'm sure you guys have seen or been in long-term distance relationships to where you were more inclined to cheat on your partner versus if they were in your immediate area and environment. And for that reason, that's why I will always avoid long distance relationships. I will never, ever take a girl seriously who lives in another state, who has to fly to see me, seeing each other on the weekends. Like, bro, that doesn't work out. And more often than not, if a better guy comes along, if somebody who wants to show her a good time, if somebody who she's physically attracted to in the right moment comes along, you're probably not in her mind. And for that reason, she's more inclined and likely to cheat. This is something that I've seen a lot when I do my loyalty test on Instagram. The guy tells me like, hey, I live here, she lives here, we've been dating 6 months to a year. I'm like, all right, bro, this is gonna be a fail. I can already tell you, bro. Like, the fact that you're not with her, right? Out of sight, out of mind. And for that reason, I just noticed long distance relationships usually lead to a high point of infidelity. Sign number 2 is the fact that you're just not her type. Whenever I deal with a woman, I always want to make sure that I am her physical type. She finds me physically attractive to some degree. Whenever you win a woman over through other means of your sexual market value, so I'm talking about like your money, or maybe even your status, or maybe she was able to make an exception for you in terms of your physical characteristics, that is a high likely indication the fact that if somebody comes along who she actually finds attractive, who showcases those same things, but just in a better, different way, then more than likely she'll probably cheat on you. Now, cheating can mean a lot of things, right? You probably think I'm meaning just sexually. That's not always the case. I'm talking about just flirting online, entertaining, seeking attention from. All these things can correlate to potentially full-on cheating, but nonetheless, it is still cheating. And I found that whenever a woman just isn't fully into their man, even from just an attraction standpoint, like she's not fully there, there's always gonna be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So you need to make sure that you're not only making yourself more attractive before you meet her, but even as you're with a woman, you need to make sure that you continually present yourself in the most attractive way possible. You wanna get to a point to where if you guys are going out together, she notices and sees other women checking you out. Whenever that sort of pre-selection or competition anxiety starts to go into her and she sees that, hey, I'm with a guy that other women desire and want, then she'll more likely be loyal to you versus a guy who, you kind of won her over, she wasn't fully into you. Other girls don't check you out, you're kind of just getting by with your money or other means of your own SMV. And for that reason, high likelihood of cheating. Now, the next point kind of ties into the second point, and that is the fact that you were her second choice. You weren't her first option. Big example with this is Grant Cardone. I'm not sure you guys have seen the clip on how he got his wife, but he was just very, very persistent and she wasn't feeling him at first, right? So he called her, I think he said 30 or 50 times, and she finally gave him a chance. Now, can't compare yourself to Grant Cardone. He's like nearly a billionaire, very successful, does well for himself. However, I never want to be put in a position to where I have to chase constantly pursue and be persistent to a woman who doesn't like me, then finally winning her over, that is a high likely indicator that she will cheat on me in the future simply because I was not her first choice. I was not her first pick. The guy who she really wanted wasn't acting right. The guy who she really wanted didn't give her commitment. And now here you come, the plan C, the plan D guy, the guy who she would have never picked in her prime is now settling for you, and you're her plan D or C, like I said, right? You're just not her first choice. You always want to position yourself from the very start of the relationship to make sure that you're a woman's first choice and that she chooses you. That's why I love the idea of a woman showcasing choosing signals or showing interest or intent first to me, because I know that through that action alone, I'm a woman's first choice and she's choosing me, which makes it more likely in the future, if it was to develop into a relationship, she only has eyes for and only me. It just sets up the whole foundation a whole lot better. Now, I've said this before, but this is a big sign that I have to hone in on, is the fact that if you lead with money. If you lead with money, I promise you, your girlfriend more than likely will cheat on you with a hotter guy who also has money. First off, if you're leading with money, that tells me that you're probably dealing with a very highly materialistic sort of woman, and these women tend to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out regardless. So that's not really genuine desire, in my opinion. But also, it's just a bad look, man. You never want to lead with your money. You want to showcase experiences. You want to show your lifestyle. You want to show that you could provide for her in the future if you want to. But you never want to say, hey, I'm gonna take you out to this nice experience, this nice dinner, come on my boat, here goes some money for your bills, here goes a new car, even though you haven't earned it. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff, guys, and you'll be surprised as to how many men actually lead with money, mostly because that's all they can lead with, so they really have no choice but to. But don't be surprised whenever the girl cheats on you. And the last sign is the fact that you don't set boundaries. Boundaries need to be set within, I would say, the first few months of you actually actively seeing a chick ongoingly and consistently. Now, every guy's boundaries are going to be a little bit different. Boundaries could be in terms of how she presents herself, right? Some of you guys are dealing with a girl who loves male validation online, who loves dressing in promiscuous clothes, who loves going out, partying, socializing, and being with huge groups of friends. If you're dealing with a girl like that, well, one, it's probably a bad sign that she'll be good girlfriend material. But also, if you are, you need to set some boundaries in place that she needs to adhere to and follow. That way you can set up the foundation and protect your relationship. And if she's telling you like, hey, you're insecure, I can do what I want, why are you being like that? Then I'm telling you, bro, that is not the girl for you. Because women always criticize men for protecting their relationship, but they don't realize that we're protecting other men from harming their relationship. Because the guys who don't set boundaries are with the women who are more likely to cheat, who are more likely to respond to that DM, who are more likely to accidentally hook up with a guy when they went out, right? So following boundaries is a masculine thing you have to do, but also your woman respecting those boundaries showcases that she's all for you and respects you as a man and as the leader of the relationship. So if you're with a woman who showcases a lot of these signs and you're having doubts within your relationship, like I said in the beginning, I do loyalty tests every single week, and we can also put your relationship through the loyalty test. So beneath this video, I'm gonna leave a link down below to the loyalty test, and then from there we can both see if she is actually loyal for you, and you'll see that I'm probably right. Right? So if you don't want to potentially ruin or leave your relationship, then probably you shouldn't do it. But I believe knowing the truth is better than living in ignorance and bliss. So I'm gonna leave a link down below for that. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.